Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. I hope you're very well. Looking for trades this morning here. So this is a chart of the pound. Overnight, if I take this out to an hourly chart, it did a pullback and it's doing okay so far today. The euro, interestingly with the euro, there was a specific setup that we took in the trading room yesterday. I'm in the trading room this morning here. Got stopped out the first time yesterday afternoon, but went in again yesterday evening. And so, for full disclosure, I'm still in the position at the moment, and it's doing okay at the moment. Here's the entries. What? No, you can't see them, can you? Here's the entries from last night. So, got in, then added as it went up a little bit. So I am already in a position this morning, like often happens. But anyway, we'll see if we've got anything fresh as well. As far as the targets are concerned on this euro, looking for the hourly 50, so which is only a little bit above. So if we can get close to that hourly 50, then that's where I'll be looking to come out. But who knows? It's been obviously weak. But the thing is, you get trade setups, and yes, it's overall weak, but if I've got a pattern, I've got a pattern, a specific setup, so I'm going to trade that pattern. Even though overall, yes, the euro is weak and ultimately should be at some point looking to roll back over. So anyway, for now, we'll see how this one gets on. I'll have a look through the other markets and then we'll come back to this in a bit. Okay, right. So I was just waiting for a close inside the bands on the 5-minute chart, so I'm just going to watch this bar, but it looks like I'd better get ready. And this is a trade which could be over very quickly. This one. I need to change that because I'm effectively going to be putting a fairly tight stop on this by just putting the stop just above here. So when you're basing it on the 5-minute chart, the pattern overall, if I remind you, the pattern overall, if I take this back out to the hourly chart, is based on this hourly time frame. You're not going to see that now, are you? On the recording, let me bring that down for you. There we go. It's based on this hourly time frame here. And so what's effectively happened is I call this the flush trade, where prices move down, it's come back up to the 20. There's certain other criteria that are involved. And then I look for a run down to the daily pivot. So let's put this back to a 5-minute chart. And then what I'm actually effectively doing here, okay, I'm going to put this short in, just going to put a 1 unit in. Okay, short there at 71. With, what did I say the target was? 24. So in fact, it doesn't, really, the risk reward's great on it actually, but doesn't need a lot of units in, although it'd be nice. But it's a higher risk when you're trying to trade it just based on the putting a stop just above that 5-minute high. Then it is obviously a higher risk of stop out rather than me giving it more slack. But the overall trend has been very strong for the dollar yen. So what I'd rather do is do this, get stopped out. If it then resets again, then I'll go in a second attempt and do 2 attempts rather than just having a stop way out of the way. I'd rather just give it 2 attempts actually. So that's what I'm going to do there. I better get the stop in. What's this level at? What's this high at? 106. Let's have a look here. The high is at 106.79. Okay, so I got in at 71, so I'm going to quickly get that stop in at 80, 107, 106, sorry, 06. I'll put it just above, so 81. So if I show you the 106.76, 106.71 is the entry, and I've put 106.80.5 on mine because that means I'd get stopped out at 81. It'd have to go above 81 for me to get stopped, and that could happen very quickly, like I've said. So, but that's fine because then I can give it another shot rather than having a 20 or 30 pip stop out of the way. I've only got a 9 pip stop or whatever it is, 10 pips. So if it doesn't work out here, then I can quickly readdress it and then take it from there. Which it looks like it is about to stop me out. But it's a nice, safe way of using when you're using the bands, of just using the bands, so you can say, okay, I can actually have a relatively tight stop. My risk reward is really good. If it means that I get stopped out, but I'll get a second bite of the cherry, so to speak. So we shall see on that. I'll press pause for now. Okay, so I have just been stopped here as the ticket. So I'll keep watching it and we'll see if it sets up again. It lost £75 on that attempt, so we'll see. It's a nice thing with just dipping your toe in the water. You can sometimes give these a second attempt, but for now, obviously it's going up. I'm not going to short it. Well, I have to see if it backs off again. If it doesn't back off again, then I'll leave it alone. So, and if it goes too far, then I'll end up leaving it alone because the pattern will start to die if it rallies too far. So there's a couple of factors involved there. But anyway, I'll press pause for now and we'll come back. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is it looks like I'm going to get a second bite at the cherry here. So I'm going to be looking to put another sell in here on this dolly yen. The first attempt was, like I said, a 10 pip stop out. I'll give it a second attempt here this morning, and then see if this flush trade can play itself out. So just waiting to see if it can get up towards the upper bands. I'm going to put the stop above the high again, so it looks like it'll be around about 10 pip stops. Considering this is the second attempt now, it's in that it's had that first one which had the higher risk of stop out. This one, it's a little bit better, I'll probably put 2 units in if I get the chance here. Just looking to see if it can get up towards that upper band there on this 5-minute chart. For a second there I thought it was going to do it, so I might have to be patient. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, right, so I've been waiting for this to hit these upper bands again. So we just had to have a little bit of patience. For a minute there, I thought it might just slide down. I was going to miss it because sometimes they just come straight off. Let's see, we're about there. So let's get the first entry in at 76.4. It's not quite hit it, but I'm well aware that it's hitting on the 15-minute bands. If I go to the 15-minute chart, there we go. We've closed inside the 15-minute bands, and now we've hit the upper bands on the 15-minute as well. So I've got that first unit in. If we can get to actual physical hit of the 5-minute bands, then I'll get the second entry in. I said I'd put 2 in this time. So that first one was in at 76. I'll put a stop at 80. What was it? 87 point something. So I'll have a quick look off screen. Yeah. So I'll put the second entry in. Sorry, the stop in at 87. So it'll be 88 on the chart. So I'm just getting this done off screen at the moment. 106. 88. So it's a 12 pip stop on that one. But the risk to reward is really good on this, like I keep saying today. So just a case of whether it can run. That target is right the way down there at 106.24. So the risk to reward is good on it. And even the risk to reward, if I took 1 unit off down 61 down here, which is the 8 a.m. pivot, if I get another entry off at 76.77, it's still an okay risk to reward, even if I was to take half the unit off down there to pay for the trade and then just leave the other one to see if it can run. So it's just a case if I can get that second unit, if it's going to let me get that second unit in today or not. Oh, I'll better press pause. Unit now. Okay, so I'm just talking to the guys in the room here, and it's come off. It didn't quite get to the upper band there on the 5-minute chart. Obviously it hit the upper band on the 15, so I've missed the opportunity to get the second unit in. It has just come down and hit that 8 a.m. pivot now, so it's now just a case of just trading this with that single unit. So and it's, like I said, it's a case of just seeing if this can come all the way down for the flush trade to come all the way down, however long it takes, down to the daily pivot, which is at 24 on the charts. So it'd probably be about 25 on here. So like I've said all morning, the risk reward on it is really good. So it's just a case of whether it can get all the way down there now. At some point I'll manage the stops. Manage the stops a little bit, but at the moment the stops up here. It's one of those trades that I probably will be able to manage the stops a little bit on at some point. But it's hit the 8 a.m. pivot, which was at 61, and so it's come off quite fast now. I'm not going to be interested in if it comes to the upper bands now on the 5-minute charts, because that's going to be too low. So I think it's going to be too low. But so I don't think I'll get that second unit in now, but we'll see. But the risk reward's good enough on it anyway. It's still going to be from 76 down to 25. It's still going to be a 50 pip run if it can do it. So even with a single unit, it'll still be decent enough. So we shall see. I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back and look. This dollar yen's coming straight down a lot quicker than we thought. I'm going to bank half. If we decided, I was talking to the guys in the room, and so I've decided collectively, because they said, Charlie, so we see if we can run it a bit further. Okay, 50 pips not enough. So anyway, so we're going to look to see if we can run it for take half here, and then what I'm going to do is see if I can run it down to the hourly 50 on the second half. So in order to take half, because I'm short of 100,000, I'm going to buy back 50,000. So then that'll leave me net 50,000 short. So it's around about 25 on here, but as it was coming down a bit fast at this moment, I thought I'd better come back on sound and be all ready. And now I've pressed play. As always, it's realised, the markets have realised I've pressed play and record, and so they're just holding here. But anyway, that's the plan. Comes down to be about 25 on here, because it's 24 on the chart is what I'm looking for. So I guess I'll press pause while I'm waiting. Okay, and just back. So I'd gone to the gym, we'd put the orders in, and I think I did that on the video. I put the orders in anyway. I was doing it with the guys in the room, and I forget if I've done it on the recording or the video or the in the room. So anyway, so the dollar yen came down to 106.25. That was that daily pivot. So here's the black line. That was the daily pivot. So put the order in there, and that's been filled. So let's bring up where we're at the moment. So on this euro, yen. The euro dollar trade that I was in from yesterday has been stopped out. So this dollar yen that I'm in, we can see that I'm now net 50,000 because I was short. Where was it? What's going on here? Oh, that was the first trade, wasn't it? That was the first trade this morning, got stopped out of. Here's the second trade, short at 106.76. And then I've bought half of that, 50,000 at 106.25, so I'm now net short with 50,000. So it's doing okay, this trade. If it does run down, it'll still make about 350 quid today on that trade, which is all right. Because it's been 50 pips so far to 106.25. I think overall it's probably due a bounce. So here's the hourly chart. Can you see this? No, you can't. Let me move this down a little bit. Now you can see it. This is the E-signal charts. So it's come down to the black pivot here. And the black pivot, that's the main daily pivot. So what we're looking for is overall to see if it is going to roll down to this hourly 50, maybe even down to the S1 today, if it can. But it doesn't have to, because the overall trend is up. But likewise, it's nothing. There's no reason why it couldn't have a bit more of a pullback. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. I'll just take those pivots off. Yeah, not surprising it's hit the lows. It's hit the lower band there. If I'd have looked at that earlier on as well, then anyway, we'll see if it can get down to the hourly 50 today. If it doesn't, I'm going to move the stop down to break even, so I must do that. I'll get that sorted out. Let's just move those stops to 75. So stops down to 75. I might even move it a bit lower than that, but oh, there you go, 74, and that one needs to then therefore come to go to 74 on the target on that. But I need to have a look. So probably this dollar yen's got big range. It could very, very quickly come back up into the 70s and still roll over ultimately. So I've taken the option. We had the potential to have banked all 50 pips. I've taken the option to see if we can get a bit more of a runner today. We'll have to see. So I'll leave that stop up at, I've put it at 74. I'll probably move it to 70 actually, and then that will do. So I shall press pause for now. It may not be until this afternoon that I come back on this, but we'll see where we get to. Okay, just back, and it is just 10 to 12, but this dollar yen, so we're basically waiting to see if it can get down to the hourly 50. I was just saying to the guys in the room that if it comes down to here, what I might do is, instead of actually banking it here, we've got a daily S1 pivot a bit below there, which it could want to come down for that. And that's down at 105.53. So rather than just exiting this second half at the hourly 50, which is at 105.90 at the moment, it's saying on my e-signal charts. It says 95 on here, but it's about 90. So rather than just coming out there, I might try and see if we can come down for that pivot and see if we can come that bit further now. And but what I'll do is just trail. Then I'll start to trail the stop. So I'd then start to, if it gets down to the hourly 50, I'll move the stop down to 106.40 and then just start trailing it down and see if it can get that other run. So if it can get down there, it'll be 105.50. It'll be 120 pips on the second half. I think that's what I'm going to go for. S1s often get hit, not every day, but it'd still be only a minor pullback really day. If not, then I'll get trailing stopped out, either, well, whatever level it will be. But the thing is, I'm not around this afternoon. I'm heading off at 1 o'clock, so I'm going to call this a wrap here, because I'm not going to have the time to really do anything more on this today now anyway. So 50 pips on half so far, and we'll see what happens for the rest. So there's that trade again. Forget the euro, because that was a different trade from yesterday, but I ignore any trades I've already been in. I have to do that. So it's a profitable day for today. So it could be, don't know, 350, 400 pounds, I guess, for the day on this, if this plays out. So it's going to be a profitable day on the live trading today, whatever happens. So the stop has been trailed down to 106.70 at the moment, and I will trail that down if we do get down to that hourly 50. But it could be, like I said, 100 and something pips if it can get down to that target. I shall leave that with you. I will say, actually, I hadn't mentioned it, but yeah, this week, in fact, has actually been a losing week for me this week. So I lost on the election night, and then that euro dollar trade that I had there from yesterday, that's lost as well. So it's a down week for me this week, but first down week in I don't know, a couple of months or so. So it happens to all traders. We all have them from time to time. I've had a good several weeks here since getting back from holiday, since the beginning of October. But we all have down weeks on occasion, so it's a down week for me this week. Just thought I'd always disclose that for you, just so you know that, okay, everybody has them, and you just dust yourself down and you start again the following week, and don't allow yourself to get too frustrated about having losses or down week or down day or even a down month if you're having a down month, because the thing with trading, it is a very fickle business. You can, from one day to the next, or from 1 month to the next, you could be down 1 month if you're a swing trader, and the next month you've just having an absolute belter. And it's the same with day trading. You could have a down day one day, and feel really depressed almost, and then the following day, I don't, but people do, but I understand the emotion, and then the following day someone could have an absolutely fantastic day, and you go from feeling down one day to absolute elation another. So what your best bet to do is, if you are have a down week or down day or whatever it is, don't allow yourself to get emotional about it, because you just have to say, look, dust myself off. Next week's a new week, a new beginning, so to speak, and I don't know what's going to be ahead of me the following week. If I stick to my general game plan, then I know that overall I will be profitable. If you have that type of attitude, you approach trading better. You don't allow it to allow you to get emotional about it. Anyway, easier said than done. I know, appreciate that. That's what comes with experience. I shall leave it with you. Have a great weekend, and I'm not here next week, so there will be no live trading from me next week. So I'm missing next week, unfortunately. So I'll see you for live trading in 2 weeks' time.